The unexpected encounter. The Phoenix drifted silently through the asteroid field, its aging thrusters periodically firing with a strained whine that made Captain Maya Chen wince. She'd been meaning to get them replaced for over a year now, but independent freight haulers didn't exactly rake in the credits these days, not with the mega corporations muscling in on every route. "Status report on the ion storm, Davy?" Maya called to her navigation officer, the only other crew member aboard the compact cargo vessel. Davy Tucker's fingers danced across his console. "Storm's receding, Captain, but it's left quite the debris field in its wake. Sensors picking up scattered metallic fragments at bearing 042. Maya's interest peaked. Salvage meant credits, and credits meant not having to take those dubious shipments from the Orion Syndicate. "Let's take a closer look. Might be our lucky day." As the Phoenix maneuvered closer, the ship's scanners revealed something much larger than mere debris. A vessel of unfamiliar design, approximately 40 meters in length with sweeping, asymmetrical lines that seemed to flow like liquid metal. Its hull gleamed with an iridescent sheen despite obvious damage to one section. "I've never seen architecture like that," Davy whispered, awe evident in his voice. "It's not in any of our databases." Maya felt a chill run down her spine. In 15 years of deep space hauling, she'd encountered ships from every known civilization in the sector. This was something new. Life signs? One faint signature. Non-human physiology. Davy looked up, eyes wide. "Maya, this could be first. Contact with an unknown species. Protocol dictated they should report this to the United Earth Alliance immediately. But out here, beyond the jump gate network, a distress call would take days to reach anyone with authority, and that life sign was fading." "Prep the airlock," Maya decided, already reaching for her EVA suit. "I'm going over." Davy's protest died, on his lips at Maya's determined expression. He knew that look. There was no changing her mind. "Keep the comms open at all times," he insisted instead. The journey across the void between ships took just under 8 minutes. Maya's suit thrusters, guiding her carefully through the asteroid field. Up close, the alien vessel was even more remarkable. Its hull seemed almost alive, with subtle patterns shifting across its surface. "I've reached the airlock," Maya reported, finding what appeared to be an entry point. To her surprise, it cycled open without prompting, as if welcoming her aboard. The interior was dimly lit by soft blue panels, creating an atmosphere both alien and oddly comforting. The air was breathable according to her suit sensors, so Maya cautiously removed her helmet. The ship smelled of something like cinnamon and ozone. Not unpleasant, just different. She followed the corridor toward the life sign reading, "Passing," what appeared to be living quarters designed for a physiology quite different from human. The walls curved organically with no sharp angles anywhere. When Maya finally reached what seemed to be the bridge, she found the alien. The being was humanoid, but clearly not human. Tall and willowy with 4 slender arms and skin that shifted, colors like an octopus. Currently a pale blue with darker patterns swirling across its surface. It was slumped over a control panel, one of its limbs clearly injured. As Maya approached, the alien turned, revealing large, multifaceted eyes that regarded her with unmistakable intelligence. It spoke, a series of clicks and whistles that her translator couldn't process. "I'm Captain Maya Chen of the cargo vessel Phoenix," she said clearly, tapping her chest. "I'm here to help." The alien watched her for a long moment, then reached for something on its belt, a small device that it held up to its throat. When it spoke again, the words came out as heavily accented but understandable English. "I am Krell, engineering specialist of the research vessel Luminous Horizon. My gratitude for your assistance." Maya's heart raced. An actual conversation with a member of an unknown species. "You're injured. Can I help?" Krell's color shifted slightly, patterns of dark blue spreading across its skin. "My physiology can repair. The ship is of greater concern. Critical systems failing." Maya helped Krell to what appeared to be the ship's engineering section, supporting the alien's weight as they moved. Despite the alien's tall frame, Krell was surprisingly light, as if hollow-boned like a bird. The engineering bay was a marvel of technology that made Maya's jaw drop. No clunky fusion reactors or hydraulic systems. Here, everything was sleek, integrated, and seemingly powered by crystalline structures that pulsed with inner light. "Your technology," Maya breathed. "It's incredible." Krell's skin flickered with what might have been pride. "Standard equipment for exploration vessels, yet damaged beyond my capacity to repair alone." Working together over the next several hours, Maya and Krell managed to stabilize the alien ship's systems enough to prevent its complete failure. Their communication was halting at first, but improved as Krell's translation device adapted to Maya's speech patterns. "Your species, humans, you are not known to us," Krell said as they worked. "This sector was believed uninhabited by advanced civilizations. We're relatively new to deep space," Maya explained. "Only started expanding beyond our solar system about a century ago. Yet you risk yourself to assist an unknown. Interesting." Krell's color shifted to a contemplative purple. "My people, the Varine, have existed among the stars for millennia. We are researchers, knowledge seekers." As they talked, Maya learned that the Varine were part of a collective of spacefaring species that shared technology and knowledge, a galactic concordance that maintained peace across thousands of worlds. The concept made the human interstellar community seem tiny and provincial by comparison. "Why haven't we encountered your people before?" Maya asked. "This arm of the galaxy was designated for long-term observation only. Non-interference protocols apply to emerging species." Krell's colors deepened. "My presence here violates those protocols. I was exploring independently." Maya grinned. "A rebel, huh? I can respect that." Their work continued into what would have been night by Maya's ship's cycle. Davy checked in periodically, becoming increasingly fascinated as Maya relayed what she was learning. By the time they had the luminous horizon stable enough for short-range travel, a genuine camaraderie had developed between the human and the alien. "I suggest towing your vessel to my ship," Maya offered. "The Phoenix isn't much to look at, but she's sturdy. We can get you to a repair station." Before Krell could respond, a violent shudder ran through the Phoenix, visible through the viewport. Connecting the two ships, alarms blared over Maya's comm. "Captain!" Davy's panicked voice cut through. "Major system failure. The power core is destabilizing. I can't contain it." Maya felt her blood run cold. A power core breach would obliterate both vessels. "Evacuate immediately. Get to the escape pod." "There's no time." The transmission cut off abruptly. Maya was already moving toward the airlock when Krell caught her arm with one slender limb. "Wait, I can help. My crewman is on that ship, and we will save him." Krell's colors pulsed with determination. But not through conventional means. The alien moved to a crystalline console and activated a sequence that made the entire engineering bay hum with energy. "Your vessel's design is primitive, but adaptable. I can integrate Varine technology, create an emergency field stabilizer." "That's against your protocols, isn't it?" Maya asked, torn between urgency and understanding the significance of what Krell was offering. "Protocols exist to preserve life and knowledge. Sometimes they must be interpreted creatively." Krell's skin rippled, with what might have been amusement. "Besides, I am already in violation. What matters one more?" What followed was a blur of activity. Krell linked the luminous horizon systems directly to the Phoenix, channeling energy through technologies Maya couldn't begin to comprehend. The alien moved with purpose and precision, 4 arms working simultaneously on different tasks while explaining just enough for Maya to assist. "Your ship's power core is fundamentally sound," Krell explained, "but its containment field is failing. We're not just repairing it. We're upgrading it." Through a viewport, Maya watched in amazement as parts of the alien vessel seemed to liquefy and flow across the short distance to the Phoenix, restructuring themselves around her ship's hull. The process reminded her of watching time-lapse footage of coral growth, organic yet purposeful. That's impossible," she whispered. "Merely improbable," Krell corrected. "Molecular reconstruction technology. The luminous horizon can sacrifice non-essential systems to preserve greater priorities." Within 20 minutes, the crisis was averted. Davy's voice came through again, shaky but alive. "Captain, you need to see this. The ship is changing." They boarded the Phoenix to find it transformed. The same iridescent sheen now coated its interior surfaces. The once cluttered bridge now featured sleek, ergonomic interfaces that responded to the slightest touch. And at the heart of the ship, the old fusion core was now encased in a crystalline structure that pulsed with the same vibrant energy as the alien vessel's systems. "What did you do?" Maya asked, awestruck. Krell's colors shifted through patterns of blue and gold. "I have integrated basic Varine technology with your ship's systems. The transformation is not complete. Such a process would normally take weeks of careful calibration, but it has stabilized your core and prevented catastrophic failure." Davy was touching the walls reverently. "Captain, the computer's processing power has increased exponentially. And the scanners, I can see detailed information about asteroids 3 times our previous range." "This is just the beginning," Krell said, 4 arms gesturing in different directions simultaneously. "With your permission, I can continue the upgrades. Your Phoenix has potential far beyond its original design." Maya looked around her transformed ship, mind racing with possibilities. This technology was centuries beyond human development. With it, the Phoenix wouldn't just be salvaged, it would be reborn as something revolutionary. "Why would you do this for us?" she asked, meeting Krell's multifaceted eyes. The alien's colors rippled thoughtfully. "Perhaps because you came to my aid without hesitation. Perhaps because I see in humans a spark of the same curiosity that drives my people. Or perhaps," Krell added with a color pattern Maya was beginning to recognize as humor, "because I have always been fascinated by watching potential unfold." Maya extended her hand in the human gesture of agreement. "Then let's see what this bird can really do." Krell's upper right hand wrapped gently around Maya's, sealing their unusual partnership and beginning a transformation that would extend far beyond just one ship. The power and the pursuit 2 weeks had passed since the fateful encounter, and the Phoenix was no longer recognizable as the struggling cargo hauler it had once been. Krell had worked tirelessly, transforming the vessel into a hybrid of human and Varine technology that defied conventional classification. "Try the new navigation interface," Krell suggested, 4 arms making minute adjustments to crystalline components beneath an open panel. Maya placed her hands on what had once been a standard control console. Now it responded to her touch with an almost intuitive awareness. Holographic displays blooming around her fingers. The ship's systems connected directly to her neural patterns through the console's surface, creating a symbiotic relationship between captain and vessel. "It's like the ship knows what I'm thinking before I do," she marveled, feeling the Phoenix respond to her mental commands with perfect precision. The sensation was exhilarating, like learning to fly all over again, but with wings that actually worked. Davy monitored the ship's energy signature from his newly upgraded station. "The power efficiency is off the charts. We're running at 400% capacity while using only 30% of the energy our old systems required." Krell's skin rippled with satisfaction, the patterns shifting to warm oranges and golds. "Your human designs had elegance in their simplicity. I merely enhanced what was already there." This was an understatement of cosmic proportions. In addition to the neural interface navigation system, Krell had installed a modified version of Varine shields that could withstand meteoric impacts, a propulsion system that bent local space-time rather than pushing against it, and sensors capable of detecting ships in adjacent star systems. "You've given us technology that Earth's best scientists couldn't even theorize," Maya said, watching as the star chart displayed ship movements across an entire sector, data that would have previously required a network of monitoring stations. Krell's coloration darkened slightly, "which presents certain complications." The alien had explained the Galactic Concordance's strict protocols regarding technology sharing with emerging species. Civilizations were typically observed for centuries before contact was initiated, ensuring they had achieved the philosophical maturity to handle advanced technology responsibly. "Your species shows remarkable adaptability and creativity," Krell continued. But the Concordance would consider this premature exposure. There would be consequences. For you, Maya realized. You'd be punished for this. That is irrelevant, Krell dismissed with a wave of one slender arm. More concerning is what might happen to you and your vessel. The Concordance might decide to confiscate the Phoenix or erase the transferred knowledge. Davy frowned from his station. They can't just take our ship. It's still ours, even with the upgrades. Jurisdiction becomes complicated in interstellar law, Krell explained. By Concordance standards, the technology aboard this vessel remains Vereen intellectual property, temporarily loaned but not transferred. Maya felt a chill at the implications. So we're flying around in borrowed tech that could be repossessed. At any moment? Not precisely. Krell's colors shifted to a thoughtful blue. There are provisions for exceptional circumstances. If a species demonstrates extraordinary capability or need, exceptions can be granted. Before Maya could pursue this line of questioning, proximity alarms chimed, a sound like wind through crystal that had replaced the Phoenix's harsh klaxon. 3 vessels approaching, Captain, Davy reported, hands moving across his console. Configuration unknown, but they're big. Really big. Krell moved to the sensor display with alarming speed, colors draining to a pale, washed-out blue. Hunters. Hunters? Maya questioned, already assessing tactical options with the new systems. Like bounty hunters? Technology hunters. A faction that broke from the Concordance centuries ago. Krell's voice took on a new urgency. They track and salvage advanced technology, particularly from research vessels like mine. The main view screen activated, showing 3 predatory-looking ships with angular, blade-like hulls converging on their position. Their design was distinctly different from Krell's vessel. Where the luminous horizon had been elegant and organic, these were aggressive and weaponized. Are they after you or the ship? Maya asked. Both. And now, unfortunately, you as well. Krell's colors pulsed with regret. The Phoenix's energy signature reveals its upgraded status. They will detect the Vereen technology. The lead hunter vessel fired, not a warning shot, but a precision blast aimed directly at the Phoenix's engines. Only the new shields prevented catastrophic damage, absorbing the energy with a resonant hum. They're not big on introductions, are they? Davy muttered. Maya felt the new navigation interface responding to her spike of adrenaline, tactical displays materializing around her. Time to see what this bird can really do. She engaged the propulsion system with a thought, and the Phoenix surged forward, with acceleration that would have crushed them under normal circumstances. The inertial dampeners, another Vereen upgrade, made the extreme maneuver feel like nothing more than a gentle push. They're pursuing, Davy reported. Matching our vector. Wait, how are they keeping up with us? Stolen technology, Krell explained, 4 arms working simultaneously to enhance shield configurations. Their ships incorporate systems from dozens of species. The Phoenix banked sharply around an asteroid, the neural interface allowing Maya to navigate with unprecedented precision. The ship responded to her intentions rather than her commands, a distinction that collapsed reaction time to practically 0. Can we outrun them? Maya asked. Krell's colors darkened. Not indefinitely. Their vessels are designed for pursuit, ours for research and, now cargo. Then we fight, Maya decided. What weapons do we have? The Phoenix was not designed as a warship, Krell cautioned. I added defensive capabilities, but offense was not. Krell, I've hauled cargo through pirate territories for 15 years, Maya interrupted. Trust me when I say every ship has weapons if you're creative enough. Davy, pull up the specs on the new power distribution system. As the Phoenix wove through the asteroid field with the hunters in close pursuit, Maya and Davy quickly devised a strategy that made Krell's color pattern shift with what might have been either alarm or admiration. You propose to weaponize the gravitational field generators? The alien asked. They were designed for cargo stabilization. And they'll work beautifully for destabilizing those hunters, Maya confirmed. Davy, can you modify the output to create a localized gravity well? Already. On it, Captain. Davy replied, his fingers dancing across the crystalline interface with growing confidence. If we can generate enough gravitational distortion, we might pull them off course, maybe even into each other. The Phoenix rounded a massive asteroid, temporarily breaking line of sight with their pursuers. Maya used the moment to cut main propulsion, letting the ship drift silently behind a smaller rock. Gravity generators charged to 200% capacity, Davy reported, beyond safety protocols. Krell made an adjustment with two of its arms. Field stabilized, but this will drain significant power. We only need it once, Maya assured them, watching the tactical display as the hunter ships rounded the asteroid, weapons charged and searching. Wait for it. Now. Davy activated the modified gravity generators. The effect was immediate and dramatic. The invisible field extended from the Phoenix, warping the space between the three hunter vessels. Their sleek, predatory ships, suddenly, lurched toward each other, unable to correct course against the artificial gravity well. Two of the vessels collided with a silent flash of energy that the Phoenix's sensors registered as catastrophic. The third, more agile ship managed to engage emergency thrusters and narrowly avoided the collision, but the maneuver sent it spinning into an asteroid. "Direct hit!" Davy exclaimed. "Don't celebrate yet," Maya cautioned, watching the surviving hunter stabilize its course and turn toward them. "We've still got one problem left." The remaining hunter vessel fired again, this time with a weapon that sent ripples through the Phoenix's shields. Alarms chimed as power fluctuated throughout the ship. Shield harmonics disrupted, Krell reported, colors pulsing with concern. "They are using Varine countermeasures," Maya grimaced. "Of course they are. Davy, can we get another shot with the gravity generators?" "Not for at least 10 minutes. The system's overheated." The hunter fired again, this time striking the Phoenix's port side. The impact sent vibrations through the hull despite the shields. "We cannot sustain direct combat," Krell warned. "This vessel is not—" "Wait," Maya interrupted, an idea forming. "The cargo bays. You upgraded the molecular reconstruction systems there, right? For more efficient storage?" "Yes, but—" "And they work on the same principle as the technology that transferred from your ship to ours?" Krell's colors shifted to a curious yellow. "Fundamentally, yes." Maya's smile was fierce. "Then I know how we beat them. Davy, prepare for a full stop. Krell, I need you to reconfigure the cargo bay's molecular reconstruction array to project externally." As they worked frantically to implement Maya's plan, the hunter closed in, firing periodic shots that weakened the Phoenix's shields with each impact. By the time they were ready, the shields were down to 20% integrity. "This is extremely unconventional," Krell noted, the alien's colors cycling through patterns that suggested both concern and fascination. "The system was never designed for offensive deployment." "Neither was I," Maya replied with grim determination. "Ready, Davy?" "Ready, Captain. Executing full stop now." The Phoenix's momentum cut instantly, another Varine innovation that would have been impossible with human technology. The maneuver caught the hunter by surprise, causing it to overshoot their position. "Molecular reconstructor activated," Krell announced. As the hunter banked for another attack run, the Phoenix projected an invisible field, not unlike the gravity generator, but with an entirely different purpose. When it engulfed the hunter's vessel, nothing seemed to happen for a long moment. Then the hunter's hull began to change. The process was subtle at first, a softening of the hard angles, a loss of structural integrity at key junction points, but as the molecular reconstruction field continued its work, the effect accelerated. Weapon ports sealed themselves shut. Engine nacelles reorganized into inert blocks of material. The once deadly vessel transformed before their eyes into a harmless drifting mass of its component elements. "Did we just turn their ship inside out?" Davy asked, staring at the readouts in disbelief. "Not exactly," Krell explained, colors rippling with what might have been scientific fascination. "We merely convinced its molecular structure to adopt a more peaceful configuration." Maya let out a long breath as the transformed hunter drifted impotently past them. "Will they survive?" "Yes," Krell confirmed. "Life support systems were prioritized in the reconfiguration, but they will not pursue us further." As they set course, away from the asteroid field, sensors detected multiple new signals approaching. A patrol of United Earth Alliance vessels responding to Davy's distress call from weeks earlier. "Captain Chen," came the voice of Commander Wells over the comm. "We received your emergency signal. Are you in need of assistance?" Maya exchanged looks with Krell and Davy before responding. "Actually, Commander, I think it might be the other way around. We have some technology I believe Earth would be very interested in discussing." In the days that followed, Maya found herself at the center of a diplomatic whirlwind. The Phoenix became temporary headquarters for first contact negotiations between human representatives and Krell, who, after much deliberation, had decided to serve as an unofficial ambassador to the Galactic Concordance. The Hunter's attack provided an unexpected opportunity, Krell explained to Maya as they watched Earth officials examine the transformed vessel they had captured. "Their willingness to target human ships demonstrates that your species is already on their radar. The Concordance cannot ignore this development. So instead of being punished for sharing technology, you might actually be commended for initiating diplomatic relations?" Maya asked. Krell's colors shifted to what she now recognized as amusement. "Politics are complex in any species, but there is a saying among the Varine: necessity creates exceptions where caution would create victims." As the Phoenix orbited Earth, transformed from an aging cargo hauler into humanity's first glimpse of what the stars truly offered, Maya reflected on how one chance encounter had changed everything. The upgrades to her ship were just the beginning. Humanity itself was about to receive an upgrade in its understanding of the universe. "What
happens now?"
she asked Krell as they stood before the view screen, watching Earth rotate slowly beneath them. The aliens' colors rippled thoughtfully, patterns shifting between blue and gold. "Now? Now we explore. There are wonders beyond your imagination waiting among the stars, Maya Chen. And thanks to the choices we made, humans will not face them alone." Maya smiled, feeling the Phoenix respond to her thoughts like an extension of herself. "I always knew this old bird had potential." "Indeed," Krell agreed, four slender arms gesturing toward the stars beyond. "As does your species." As negotiations continued below, the Phoenix remained in orbit, no longer just a ship, but a symbol of what humanity and the Varine could accomplish together. A bridge between worlds, forged in crisis and tempered by common purpose. And Maya knew, with bone-deep certainty, that this was only the beginning.